channel. My name is SkymanUniverse. This episode we're going to be reacting to the Mandalorian episode 2 called The Child. Now, because I enjoyed the Clone Wars so much, like I said, I'm trying to keep the Star Wars momentum going and reacting to Star Wars things. As Star Wars reactions for me, always react to it, and apparently it's something you enjoy as well. It is good to see you enjoy something that I enjoy. We got a nice triangle going on here. But even though I've seen this before, there's many things which I just don't remember. Like, I couldn't tell you for the life of me what happens in this episode, even though it's titled The Child. I assume it's around the child, maybe Quill's in it. But yeah, there are so many things in the first episode which I loved, and I expressed my opinions about that episode, so if you want to see that, go check that out. And I'll do the same again at the end of this reaction. But there's just so many things which take place in The Mandalorian, the star characters and where the story is going, which I really liked and thought was clever. There are many moments in this as well which are worthy of reaction, shall we say. And I expressed last time that perhaps this show comes across as a little bit slow, but stylistically I think it's made like that, where you have the extra pauses in between scenes. Like in a movie you would probably have scenes which appear in the Mandalorian cut, because every time is precious in the movie, but in the TV series you get to see those little things, and it's invariably those little things which help immerse you into the scene and really start to connect with the characters more. And The Mandalorian so far, thus far, even though we've just done the first episode, I love him. He's great. And there's so many things in the last episode which I love as well. IG Unit, Quill, Baby Yoda. Yeah. So I'm all set up, got my tea for intensified moments.
Intensify forward fire power!
And yeah, hope you enjoy this reaction, and we will discuss at the end. I've watched that clearly and heard that too many times. I still prefer the intertwined 20th Century Fox intro. Oh, is this the one with the Jawas? I hope it's the one with the Jawas. I actually really like that one. Every freaking single time I forget about his theme, and then like last week I just played his theme the next day continuously, and I'll be doing the same again because I love it so much. Is it? I don't want to talk when epic things are happening. The Trandoshans, yep. Oh, I forgot about his gun, disintegrating gun. That was in Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy as well, and in Jedi Outcast with the number 4 gun, the zapper thing. That was awesome. But aren't Trandoshans meant to be like really tall, just slightly smaller than Wookiees? I just have an incredible urge to pat him on the head. I just love how he moves as well. It's just freaking cute. It was gonna help. They have so many cool looking shots. Yeah, it's the Jawa one. I love this one. This one's great. I shouldn't laugh, but this is exactly what I used to do on Jedi Outcast and Academy. So many Jawas and then just shoot them all. But like, even though I don't know how I feel about Jawas being on another planet, I thought, how would they actually go in space? Could you imagine them going on a ship, arching on the ship or something? Maybe because they're scavengers, they probably hid somewhere. But I still love seeing the crawler, the sand crawler, and actually what it looks like inside and how it interacts with the Jawas. Like, this is awesome. Indiana Jones in there. Those Jawas are shit. They don't make it easy. I should be laughing at the wrong moments. But it is fun. It's just funny because they're so small. And yet they're such a pain in the arse for me. How pissed would you be if you saw that? Baby Yoda makes everything better.
No way to recover the parts.
You can trade.
Bang! Spit that out.
I think the majority of the episode is like them just walking in the thieves. I'm happy with it.
They really don't like you.
I don't like you either.
You understand that?
So there you are.
Ah, it's the mud horn. It's his emblem. I mean, considering he's got a gun that disintegrates people, I think that would probably stand a good chance against the Mudhorn. Creepy! The music's kind of creepy as well. That's the one I'll go for. Shoot her! Shoot her! Mandalorian's great against people, crap against any form of animal. Poor Mando, he doesn't have it easy. This little tiny knife is gonna do the job. Against that massive horn. I love that moment so much. It gives me shivers. And the Mudhorn's actually really creepy as well. Get him, why he's vulnerable. It's like a cross between that beast in Attack of the Clones that Anakin rides around in the arena, Geonosis. And if you've seen Annihilation, like the bear human monstrosity thing, and if you've seen that film, look out for the photograph in Natalie Portman's house.
Nearby, awaiting a word.
What the hell? I thought we'd been stabbed. Good job there isn't another one in there.
Mando!
I have it. I got the egg.
Yeah, but you look like crap.
Took so long.
He's a man of honor, that Mandalorian, because all those Jawas were there, collectively together, vulnerable. He's got a flamethrower. Just saying.
I still don't understand what happened.
Use the Force, Quill. I think with the Mando, like, you see how people live, and it's quite hard as well, like in the Star Wars universe, where it's being Mandalorian anyway. That point of view, like, this stuff is kind of cool to see, but there seems to be quite a lot of fixing and always upgrading armor, but I like it. my goodness, they did a good job putting that back together in a few days. I miss pod racing so much. I love the pod. That's probably like one of my favorite things in Star Wars is the pod racing.
I can't thank you enough.
He's a good guy,
I
that
could
Quill.
use a crew member of your ability. You and I can pay handsomely.
Go.
I am honored, but I have worked a lifetime to finally be free of servitude.
I
I
understand.
wish they became crew members. I would love to see them build a team.
And I offer mine.
Maybe Quill is meant to represent George Lucas. He just wants peace in his Lucasfilm Valley.
For the child, may it survive and bring you a handsome reward.
I think all of it looks so beautiful. Boom. Thank you, Rick. That seems to have gone pretty quick, that one. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought they were 45-minute episodes, so it was only half an hour. I really enjoyed the episode with the Jawas. I don't know why, but the Jawas make me laugh all the time. Like when he's just throwing them off the top of the sand cooler, it's really bad. But that only takes me back to the Jedi Outcast days in Jedi Academy, you know, when you can NP spawn like however many, and then you just go around with your lightsaber and just chop everyone up. Or maybe that was me, but it was like, I felt like the Mandalorian was me, like when I was a kid. And yeah, that was just so funny. The story itself, like, if you think about it, he lands there, he goes to his ship, gets stripped, he goes and gets the egg, gets his parts back, he builds the ship, he flies off, and that's the whole episode. So you see what I mean? Like, these episodes, for the sake of it being a TV series, like, things don't really happen. It's like small things which become meaningful, and I think that's great for character building. I really love the itty gritty feel of this one as well. Even though it's like not Tatooine, you see so many things similar to Tatooine. It kind of just has something a little bit different about it, and it gives you that sort of immersive feeling and that Star Warsy feeling. Like all the shots in here, like where he's walking in the sunset, where he's flying through space there, and the long distance landscape shots, all look so amazing. And I think visually it's a stunning thing. Like that Mudhorn is so detailed and realistic. I could not see a fault with that whatsoever. Usually if you look really close, you can tend to do that. If that was any other TV series, like you would think, oh, that's so CGI, but there's just no comparison with this. Like, you have to really, really study it. Even then, I can't see anything. It's quite a terrifying thing, the Mudhorn as well. It did make me realise that animals are not the Mandalorian's forte. Like, he keeps getting beaten up by animals, like, so badly. But yeah, it's a really cool beast to have on there as well. Like I said, it's like the cross between the Attack of the Clones one, where Anakin rides it, chucks the chain around, pulls it back up. The music's going on in my head when I'm actually explaining that. That's kind of freaky. But yeah, and then he rides the beast thing as well. And like I said, the Annihilation thing, where it has those mutation things, and one of them was the bear. It just kind of reminded me, like, his face, a little bit of that. That was kind of terrifying. But yeah, that's the closest I ever got to Natalie Portman when she walked past me, and I had to do a photo shoot there with Poe Dameron on that, and you were seeing me, and I crop up in the photo of that, so I'm like kind of with Poe Dameron and Natalie Portman as well. That was pretty cool. The shots with Baby Yoda as well. Like, I remember the first time when I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, like, I knew it. He's a Force sensitive, and like a proper strong Force sensitive as well. And that shot where he's holding him up, that was like sending shivers down my spine. It's still dead. I think it's like really cleverly done. And that Baby Yoda, I wish we had a name for him as well, but Baby Yoda, kept helping the Mandalorian, or trying to help the Mandalorian. It creates that really endearing relationship between them both, which I love seeing grow throughout the series. And it just, like, they are stark contrast to one another. Like, he's the warrior, proud, and goes and fights things, yet Baby Yoda is like innocent and helps. And I think that's why they work together as a team. And then Quill as well, like the mechanic, and he does things like for the right reasons, and he talks like a lot of sense. I love to see Quill so much. I will say this every freaking episode if I have to. Every time we see Quill, I wish he didn't die. That was like the heartfelt moment which I couldn't believe happened, because he should have been part of a crew. He should have gone with the Mandalorian and they should have had a great time together, whatever they went to do. But he's the one that always like looks after the Mandalorian. He's like almost a father figure to the Mandalorian. And that would have been quite an endearing relationship between them, because he's like, once again, this Ugnaught who's really small. You wouldn't think the Mandalorian would look up to him, but he does. And he has spoken. So in regards to what happened in the episode there, I think, not much really. But as a Star Wars episode for the Mandalorian and what this show's about, of course, I love this episode. I think it's a great episode. Like, it's slow, granted. Not much happens, yeah. But I feel like I'm in Star Wars. Like, there's something about this episode which really makes me feel immersed in it. And I think just the way the characters sort of subtly grow together and the story starts to become more interesting, I think that builds up to the climax. Because by the end of this series, I'm very excited and I just can't wait for season 2. Those last 2 episodes are the nuts. Like, I love them so much. It's completely different to the Clone Wars. Like, obviously the Clone Wars is amazing. I'm such a prequels boy. Like, obviously I adore the originals, but prequels I just love so much. And that sort of fast-paced and expansiveness of the universe which is created in the Clone Wars, like how immersive it is, like the galaxy and so many things happening and cool things, and you're used to seeing things kind of go quite fast and fast paced and battles and everything, and seeing the Jedi. But this obviously it's just the Mandalorian really in this big universe, and it sort of slowly progresses as you go through and see his world. So it's cool to see something different, but I cannot help but slightly compare it to the Clone Wars, because in the Clone Wars, for me, there's so many moments in that where I'm like, oh my god, or like, oh my goodness, or it just hits me the feels or something. The Mandalorian doesn't really give me that shock factor, maybe the last 2 episodes, but it hits me kind of on a subtle emotional level, if that makes sense, which is a compliment to the series, because it just shows that how you're being pulled in and immersed into this series. And I think the fact that they're already done, I think they've nearly completed season 2, is a testament already to where they've gone with the Mandalorian and how it's worked. So yeah, I really enjoy this episode. Now, I don't know, I can't remember what episode is after this one, but these ones so far, the last 2 have been amazing, and I really enjoyed how this has been created and where it's heading in that direction in the last 2 episodes. Those last 2 episodes were perfect for me. Like, I really felt emotional. Those, like, it kept getting my emotional core every single time. So apart from that, I'm looking forward to the next episode, same time next week. But yeah, hopefully it's that one which I like and not the one which I'm not so keen on. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this and my reaction, and you watching my reaction. And like I said, I enjoy this greatly. Sitting here watching Star Wars is probably like my favorite thing ever. So I'm glad you could be here to watch me watch that. Yeah, if that makes sense. Alright then, so until next week, take care of yourself. Remember, the Force will be with you always.